Hi, and welcome to ILC G102 Part 3 Management. You know, Part 2 money was the easy part. Part 3 is the powerful part. This is where the iGoFigure system shines the brightest. iGoFigure has an extensive array of customer service features and advanced management and reporting tools that will allow you to better serve your customers and measure, manage, and grow your business. Let's take a look at a simple example, sending an email to all members. I would begin on Reports, button 12 from the main menu, and I will select Report Wizard and create a member report. On step 1, I will select All. On step 2, I will include Active, Membership Hold, and Collections People Only. On step 3, I will select Nothing, and I will also select Nothing on step 4. On step 5, I simply click the orange Email Now button, and I am sending an email to all of my current active members. Now let's take a look at how to send an email to members based on their attributes. This is very useful for targeting members for communications based on their favorite sport, medical conditions they might have, or anything else you can think of. On step 1, select All. On step number 2, include your active and membership hold and collections members, and your inactive or your archive if you so choose. On step 3, select whatever attributes you wish. For example, to send an email to anyone who is a type 1 or type 2 diabetic, select the choices as shown here. Here's a hot tip for you. If you select more than one condition, the system interprets this to mean any of these conditions, not all of them. In other words, if I select type 1 and type 2 diabetes, that means anyone who has type 1 or type 2 diabetes, not someone who has both. That would make no sense. Likewise, if I select these 4, the system would put on the list anyone who has at least one of these 4, any one or more of these 4. Now let's take a look at these attributes that you've heard about twice already. Attributes are an extremely powerful feature and are accessed from button 8, Member Attributes, on the More Options menu. Here you will see a list of all attributes and the number of members who currently have one of these attributes assigned. You can inactivate any of these built-in ones. For example, if you do not use the Snowbird attribute at your facility, simply click on it, uncheck it as being current, and click on Save. It will no longer be a choice to assign as an attribute to new members. You can add any attribute that you would like by using the button at the bottom center here. Simply type the name of the attribute, for example, somebody's favorite sport, and check this box if you wish for there to be a red dot next to the member's name on the Today's Attendance screen whenever they scan in if they have this attribute assigned. Let's take a look at how to work with member attributes within a member's record. On the first tab or General tab, you will see all of the members' attributes at the upper right corner. You can click on an attribute in order to see the notes associated with it and whether the attribute is set to flag on member key tag scan. You will also be able to tell which attributes are set to flag because they will be in red and listed alphabetically first before the other attributes. To add or remove an attribute, simply click on Edit, as always, first, and then click the Add Remove button here. You can take away any attribute that currently exists by unchecking it. You can add new attributes simply by checking them off, and you will see that these updates have immediately been done. In order to add notes, simply click on the attribute, and you can also make it flag on member key tag scan here. If you go to the History tab of the member's record and look at the attributes history, you will see a list of every time you added an attribute and every time you removed an attribute from this member's record. Now let's take a look at reports. Reports are contained under button 12 from the main menu and are organized into these 5 categories. Here are some of the most useful reports in the system. Under member reports, the top losing members report will help foster a competitive spirit within your facility and hopefully inspire members to achieve better results. In addition, the Members Not Measured report is highly useful. Experience has consistently shown that members who are regularly weighed and measured come in, achieve results, and don't cancel their memberships. Under attendance reports, the invalid key tag scan report will allow you to see a list of members who scanned their key tags but were not authorized to use the facility during any date range that you would like. This helps catch repeat offenders and keep your revenue stream up. In addition, under attendance reports, the Members Not Attending report is highly useful in keeping up your membership base. Experience has consistently shown that members who are contacted when they have not been in a while are appreciative, return, work out, achieve results consistently, and don't cancel a membership that they are not using. Under management reports, the memberships about to expire report will allow you to see memberships which will expire in any given upcoming 30-day time frame for any membership type, helping you to communicate with those members and hopefully keep them from letting their memberships expire. The tax report is the single most detailed financial document within management reports, and a great one if you are exporting data to your accountant or an accounting software package. And the activity audit report will show you security-related information when you have advanced security options selected. Finally, the label reports will print mailing labels so that you can send actual articles through the U.S. mails in any of these areas, and the report wizard allows you to create a member report, as we previously discussed, and also to create the very useful attendance and staffing trends report. Next, we're going to talk about Member No Sales, an extremely powerful tool that can help you to predict your income and set measurable goals. Let me explain to you how it works because it's real simple. Anytime that a person walks in your door, they are considered your guest if they are a prospect. And a guest can walk out of your facility only one of two ways, as a new member or as a lost sale. We call lost sales member no sales, and again, tracking them can be very, very beneficial for you. Let's take a look at how they work. Every prospect who walks in your door is a guest. Your ability to get such guests walking through your door is called your success at guest production. The percentage of your guests who join is called your closing average, and obviously the higher the better. Now, if you take your guest production times your closing average, that equals your total new members. Let's take a look at an example. In a given month, you have 100 guests who have come through the front door. Your closing average is 80%. You are going to have 80 new members this month. How does this help you? By helping you to measure and manage your growth. Your growth, quite simply, is equal to your total new members minus your attrition. And your attrition, quite simply, is the members that you lose every month for various reasons. Some are going to quit, some are going to move out of state, and so forth. Now, if your attrition is greater than your total number of new members, you will have negative growth. You will lose members every month. And that might be a business reality, especially in tough economic times. And you should set goals for yourself. If I lose no more than 3 members a month for the next 12 to 18 months, which is where economists are predicting that the economy will recover, then I will be okay. So your goal might be negative growth, and that's okay. On the other hand, if your attrition rate is equal to your total number of new members, you will have 0 growth. You're losing the same number of new members that you're gaining. Your overall membership numbers remain the same month by month. It's only when your attrition is less than your total number of new members that you will experience positive growth. Everything goes in cycles. If the economy is bad now, it will recover in the future. In a strong economy, you should make bold plans. I would like to have a 1,000 member facility in the next 2 years. Well, you need to figure out how many new members you need per month in order to make that goal. And then the iGoFigure system can help you. The only way to grow your business is to have your total number of new members greater than your attrition. By measuring and managing these items, the iGoFigure software helps you set goals and measure your progress towards reaching them. Let's take a look at how. To add a no sale, go to button number 3 on the main menu and click here at the bottom where it says Add No Sale. Let's take a look at the fields the system allows you to put in and how these can help you. Because the system collects a first name, last name, phone number, and email address, it allows you opportunity for further contact with this lost sale in the hopes of getting them to join at some future time. Because the source is collected with each no sale, it allows you to identify advertising methods that are effective and that are not effective. Because the salesperson is collected with each no sale, it allows you to compute the closing averages of each individual salesperson. Because the reason for not joining is collected, it allows you opportunities to see if you can change your business to get more customers. For example, if 80% of the people who don't join tell you it's because of your limited facility hours, you probably know it's time to make a change. And finally, because you can enter additional comments, detailed notes with each no sale, it further increases your chances of turning them into a member at a future time. So here are 4 steps to success that you can immediately begin to use with the power of the iGoFigure software. Number 1, look at your closing average for the recent past. Now come up with some goals for the next few months. Work with your staff. Let them know their goals. Figure out together how you're going to reach them. Here's a hint. Assign your salespeople with the highest closing averages as mentors for those with lower numbers. Iron sharpens iron. People help each other. If you assign them as partners, even the people with the lower closing numbers might be able to help those with the higher. Everyone learns from each other. When you establish successful teams, everybody wins. Number 2, set a goal for your membership growth rate. Figure out how you're going to reach it. Remember that your growth equals your new members minus your attrition. So you're probably going to want to increase your total number of new members or lower your attrition. Most people will look for ways to increase their total number of new members. Remember that your new members equals your guest production times your closing average. So you might need to increase either or both. If your closing average is already 80-90%, you don't think you can get it much higher, but you're still needing more new members, you got to get better guest production. You need to get more people in the door. If you're getting in plenty of people in the door and your closing average is a measly 20%, 10%, you need to work on those skills. Here's a hint for you. If you want to increase your guest production, do some research on marketing and advertising. If you want to improve your closing average, do some research on selling, sales skills, or closing skills. Idea number 3, look at the reasons for your no sales. See if there's any way that you can improve so that people are joining more. I'll give you a perfect example. If 80% of your objections were for the reason of limited facility hours, expand your hours. And finally, contact your previous no sales, especially target recently solved problems. See if you can get them as new members. Again, perfect example, if you recently expanded your facility hours, by all means, contact your recent no sales who listed that objection and let them know about it. Now, here's a hot tip for you. Because your growth equals your total new members minus your attrition, most people trying to increase their growth will try to increase their total number of new members. However, an often overlooked and often very effective manner of increasing your growth is by lowering your attrition. iGoFigure helps you lower your attrition. We do this electronically in conjunction with our online partnership with a worldwide leader in the field of attrition defense. If you're interested to know more about this, please simply send us an email at training@igofigure.com with the subject line, Lower My Attrition. Our final topic is employee records. This is button 2 from the More Options menu. Clicking that will show you a list of all employees. Clicking on an employee's name will take you to their record. iGoFigure allows you to store extensive information about each employee, including a time clock and a pay rate. iGoFigure will allow employees to clock in and out and will multiply their total hours worked by their pay rate to give you gross wages. This is automatically done on each employee's timesheet. iGoFigure also allows each employee to have a security profile if you are using advanced security settings. Be sure to check out additional training available on this. iGoFigure will keep track of every membership sale and every product sale that each employee has made, and it'll automatically compute and add commissions into their employee timesheet. To set commissions, please go to the Commissions tab in the Business Defaults section. In addition to tracking every sale, iGoFigure also tracks every no sale or lost sale of each employee, and therefore will report their closing average on each timesheet that you print. In order to add a new employee, simply click on the Add New Employee button here and fill out all the informational fields. In order to remove an employee, simply click on their name, click on Edit, and then uncheck them as being current. Now that you're finished with this course, I want to leave you by giving you information pertaining how you can get additional help and assistance with iGoFigure. We are available for you 7 days and 7 ways, and that's because our support is available 7 days a week, and there are 7 great ways to get it. And those 7 great ways are listed for you in detail at the end of the handout that accompanies this section. Please be sure to print this out and keep it as a handy reference for moving forward with the iGoFigure software. And now one final hot tip. Please don't forget the importance of properly setting up and configuring your membership agreements. Everything else that you've picked up and learned during the course of this ILC class will be far smoother in implementation if your membership agreements are correctly set up and configured. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching. Best of luck with the iGoFigure software and especially with your business.